Good morning.
Hello, Moxie. Good morning. I just got my coffee into me.
I just microwaved mine because it takes me so long to drink it. It cooled down.
I like it cold. It's like it's a little coffee journey. It starts out hot and then mellows out.
Well, on that note, stick around for more gems like that. Morning, May. It's morning where we are.
Good morning, Moxie. It is. I just got up and, the first thing I did was text you and said, when do you want to record? Let's
live our lives via podcast form this morning.
My love reserves were depleted. I'm feeling better this morning, but I don't know if anyone saw my call for help over Instagram.
I certainly sent my love vibes to you, but we can tell everyone about it too. But first, if this is your first podcast, my name is Moxie.
And my name is May Wonderful.
And we have been friends for a very long time, but realized that we have a power within us. And actually, it's within all of us. And we want you to stick around and we can tell you how you can spread love and get back so much love in your life just by spreading love that it puts you in a euphoric state. So, May, you had a really rough day yesterday.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I did. I think I mentioned in episode 3 the exam that I was writing.
Yeah.
And I studied really hard for this exam, and I don't think I did very well. And I don't know, there's not a lot I can do about it, so that's very frustrating. But it just, there were a lot of technical issues, and I certainly wasn't alone. The night before, or anyone who was supposed to be writing the day before, their exam had been canceled due to weather. So we were all kind of doubled up, crammed into this small room. The washrooms were not just out of order because someone actually... There was like that construction plastic sheeting.
Oh.
Someone kind of was like, oh, whatever. And then there were like no toilets in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
So it really was out of order.
So they were squat toilets now?
Just a hole in the ground. So, yeah. But yeah, just a lot of technical issues, but also on my own part, a little bit of poor time management. I didn't get to finish.
Yeah.
So that was very disheartening. But, I mean, I have a month off now, so of only working instead of working 40 hours and then doing schoolwork 2 to 3 hours a night. So
I feel you there.
Yeah.
I feel you there. Is it the thought of only working and not like spreading love and making YouTube videos about snacks and then working on my day job some more because it's been insane. Just the thought of only working 40 hours a week. Man, we could take this movement worldwide in like 2 months if we had the normal amount of free time we should have.
If I was able to just focus on only like bringing the word out to everyone, I think we would definitely go viral.
But we will...
I mean, if you guys want to help us go viral anyway, that would be amazing. And you would you would get a lot of return on your investment. Oh, that's from my exam.
See, you're gonna pass just with that joke. I'm gonna send some love vibes to the markers.
Send love vibes to the markers of the corporate finance exam. Directly mainline it to them, and please get them to see what a lovely person I am, and have that just affect their marking.
Do you have a crystal we can all check out on our Instagram or rub if we have to help really power up those vibes this week? Even though it's a placebo, I'll say power up. No, let's talk about it, and then people can kind of channel those exam vibes into
this
and
one.
Use that can be their first attempt with this crystal.
Yeah. Oh, you just wait. This is a citrine stone.
Yep.
And I have one in my hand once again. A citrine is it's another form of quartz. A lot of the stones are quartzes, but different colors and so different properties. A citrine stone has a really beautiful yellow color. And you'll see people posting things about a natural versus a like artificial citrine. An artificial citrine will have a darker orange color, like an iced tea color. And all that means is that it's been created in a lab. A citrine is actually just an amethyst. So the purple stone I spoke about last time, it's an amethyst that's been heated.
Oh!
And it just changes the properties of, just the chemical composition that's making up the color in the stone.
So like when it was formed, it was heated, not that we can put it, it's not like a put it in your hand and heat it situation.
No. You can do it artificially by, I think a kiln gets hot enough to heat it up, and that's how they make like the dark, so like the dark iced tea colored ones. If that's not true, don't laugh. There's probably somebody out there that's like, that's not correct. Feel free to let us know if that's not true. I am actually interested to know if I could create my own citrine somehow. But yeah, the dark like iced tea colored ones are ones that have been heated artificially in a lab setting from an amethyst. You can also create an amethyst anyway, so maybe you just go right to citrine. But the ones that are kind of a more pale yellow, those have been changed by the heat just of the earth. So it's just where there's been an amethyst deposit. And sometimes there's stones called ametrine, which are like half and half. So you can see one that like starts purple and then there's orange bits in it too, like yellowy bits.
Nice.
So it's really interesting. They're very beautiful. They were kind of, I know Queen Victoria in Scotland, she was very fond of them. She just really liked the beautiful color, and often like their jewelry, their kilt pins and things would be made out of citrine. And old Hollywood, like the starlets back in the day, they also really during the Art Deco movement, people really were into citrine as a stone. As for like the loving vibes, citrine, because of the bright like yellow golden color, it's often associated with money. So you might be at a restaurant sometime and see people who have kind of this citrine stone sitting on their cash register, or in a shop maybe. Sometimes like mom and pop shops will do that just to kind of bring the money in. There are other stones that are for fortune. This one is specifically to do with like wealth and money, because there are other ones that fortune could mean anything, like good health or just general, but this is like specifically money. Also, the bright sunny color is considered to be like really energetic and really get you pumped up. So if people want to just kind of think on even just the color, like the bright sunny color, or if you prefer like the richer, like that iced tea golden brown color, I think that would be a really easy and good way to kind of focus in your energy on this.
And if it has to do with money, what a great stone to really focus your energies on, to send out love to you about getting your course passed. I mean,
exactly.
I think you're going to pass, but
if I don't pass, I have to pay the money back.
So you really need some prosperity love right now.
Yes, prosperity love would be much appreciated and certainly would go to good use.
And a reminder to everyone, one of the great things about this power is if you put your prosperity love out there, generally you get an exponential amount of love back of whatever you're putting out there.
That interest is going to compound.
Oh, hey,
like in my exam.
This accounting stuff is... You're the one doing it. I don't know why you're groaning.
I'm disappointed in myself. No, I'm not. I tried my best, and I'm happy with the effort that I put into it. So either way.
Anything happened to you this week that you really gave out or got back some love?
Well, yeah, actually, I know I've been taking up a lot of the chat time today, but...
No, I think it's great. My life has been too busy to appreciate the love.
I had something kind of sad, other than bombing my exam. I had another kind of a sad thing happen to me. A friend of mine, he left. He moved away, and yeah, and I guess I'll just start from the beginning. I've always taught, or last episode I was talking about how I'm a regular public transit darling.
40-foot limo, yeah.
Whoop, whoop. And I take the bus every day. And you really get to know, like, you have these, like, micro friendships with people.
Yeah.
And there was this guy, I won't say his name because he doesn't do social media, and I don't know if, so I'll just call him Bus Friend. And he would come every day, and, he had other stuff he had to do, and we just ended up taking the same bus together. So he lives up the street. And we would just chat. Usually we'd only be there for about 10 minutes. He had a hard time getting out of bed. So sometimes he would, like, be running up and he's like, I just woke up 10 minutes ago. But we would always, if he hadn't arrived yet, we would kind of watch if the bus was coming. I would see if he was running up the street, and I'd tell the bus driver, Bus Friend's on his way. And of course the bus driver was like, oh yeah, no worries. I can see him running. So, he, sometimes he wouldn't have just fare for the bus, which, I mean, that happens. I've been in a situation where I forgot to buy my bus pass. So when you get to know your bus friends, they all kind of look out for you. And, I'd give him a toonie or whatever, and he'd say, oh, yeah, I'll get you back. And I would say, don't worry about that. Like, just pass it on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do something good. Because I don't need a toonie back, really. Like, I'm not saying that to sound bougie. I'm just mean, like...
You could forego a coffee that day so someone can get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. So, I'd say, don't worry about it. Just pass it on. So, one day, he comes to the bus stop, and he's like, yeah, I was walking by these two, like, high school girls yesterday, and it rains, like... We have crazy rainstorms here. I live in a port city, and I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but on the coast, we'll have, like, crazy rainstorms. And he said he had walked by these two, like, high school-age girls, and they were soaked, and he gave them his umbrella.
Oh.
And I know, I was like, oh my god, Bus Friend, that's really nice. And he said, yeah, I thought about what you had told me about doing a good deed for someone else and just passing it on. So I was like, that's awesome. I said, you have repaid me, like, tenfold. That's wonderful. And so, like, these girls are probably going to do something nice for somebody else now and just pass it on.
Totally. And that's really the love going out and coming back
and
around in a different way.
Exactly. And so that's why we often stress, like, people, sometimes you don't even know when you're receiving these transmissions, amplifying it and giving it out again. But I think that he definitely picked up on all of the kind of vibes that I was sending out. And then this past week, we knew he was moving. He's moving across the country. And, we hadn't seen him for a few days. So I thought, oh, I think he moved. And I was sad. And last Wednesday, he comes running up the street, like, just before the bus came, and he gave me a big hug, and he said, I know, he's like, I just wanted to say that I really appreciate you, and I set my alarm to make sure I could say goodbye. I get on the bus tonight, and I was like, oh, man. So... it was very touching. I was sad. Like, I thought, geez, he doesn't do social media. I'm probably not ever going to speak to this guy ever again or see him. If you've been having trouble receiving kind of the transmissions, I think the first basic step in achieving this euphorolytic state is to look for the little love. Look for things in your life that don't seem, they don't seem like a big, flashy, romantic movie-style love or like this crazy friendship. But look for the people in your life that maybe it's fleeting. Maybe you only know them for a little bit. Maybe you're only working with them on a project at work and then you move on. Maybe they're in a class with you. But look for the little love. And I think that that's really what is going to open you up to receiving these feelings back, because you're giving them out, and you're definitely you're going to start to feel it. And once you start looking for these things, you're going to find that they're just coming to you naturally. Like, you're not, after a while, you're not going to have to, like, focus to find them. You're just going to see them all around you. Like what I spoke about last week with the woman just giving the chocolate bar to the bus driver. Yeah, I guess if we were, like, to write out maybe the tenets of this, that would be step one, like, kind of the first level. Look for the little love.
Yeah, even if you don't have the capacity to be giving out hugely, and we don't necessarily even mean material or directly, but if you don't have that capacity to give huge amounts of love out in whatever form, just try to notice the nice little things around you in the world.
Yeah.
And how maybe you can give out little microscopic amounts like that too.
Yeah, because it all starts somewhere. When you throw a stone into a pond, it doesn't start out as a wave. It starts out as that one little drop and then expands. So a microscopic amount of love, that's a seed. You're planting a seed.
And if everybody does that, I mean, think how much better the world would be. And certainly I've been guilty of, I am a bus rider too, in the winter at least.
Oh, I was going to say fair weather friend, but
poor weather friend.
Poor weather friend.
And sometimes people will bum a quarter at me or ask me for a bus ticket. And certainly sometimes I am a little, first of all, I always have headphones on and I'm just really just getting through the morning to get on that bus.
It's brutal sometimes.
But yeah, sometimes I am just looking for, I don't know, to not interact with people, and it's hard to give out in those moments or even respond to them kindly or not be cynical and be like, oh, they're just lazy. Not lazy, I guess, but can't people just get it together and that sort of thing. So it's nice to be reminded that it does actually make a difference in people.
It does.
It does actually make a difference in people's lives. Yeah.
Not, like, don't be too hard on yourself too, because like you and we've been receiving these transmissions for so long and receiving all of these vibrations that it can be overwhelming sometimes. Because just when you're as open as we are, to receiving these feelings, it can be overwhelming. It's hard, especially in a small enclosed space like public transit.
I definitely think more people see me and approach me than other people, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I think so.
Well, that was very nice. That's a nice parable for people to think about.
I like it. I want to hear more. I want to hear slice of life human stories. If people have, little stories about micro love, if people want to send them in to the Instagram or anything like that, or DM us if you have me or Moxie on Facebook, send us a direct message.
Definitely.
I'll let you spell out the Instagram because I'm terrible at spelling.
So I am Moxie, Moxey Munchies, and May is MEI, May Wonderful. But our Movements Instagram, which you can just directly access both of us and get more information, is Euphorilytic, and that's EUPHORALYTIC. And one thing we actually, I don't think I've ever told anyone about, is we have Facebook too. So if you're more of a Facebooker than an Instagrammer, certainly hit us up there. Yeah. We can have a public chat or DM us there.
Do we have a Euphorilytic Facebook page?
We do.
Oh. I must be on it. Yeah.
You can tell who is the technical one of the two of us.
I'm always a little bit confused in any situation.
But yeah, on Instagram, we're up to 40 wonderful followers of the movement. So
that's awesome. I mean, welcome.
I think that's more people than I know total. So that's amazing that we have 40 followers. We have 10 subscribers on YouTube. If you're more of a listener on YouTube, we still watch for you there. Woo woo! So feel free to just comment directly there. That's awesome too, and you can have a conversation with other people. But where the bulk of our listeners come from is, of course, iTunes and Google Play. But one thing that we are still working on is on iTunes. We're marked as not yet rated because we don't have enough reviews for people to see.
I think I know some people that could help us with that.
That's right. So if you folks have 2 minutes, you really don't need to take that much effort to do an iTunes review. Please do that. That would be wonderful. Did you have anyone you wanted to shout out this week, May, as really giving out or needing the love?
I just would like to give a shout out to a dear friend of mine. Her name is Nina Elise. I haven't seen her in such a long time, and she's just such a beautiful soul. And I hope that she's feeling the love lately. I hope she's doing well. I'd love to come visit her very soon. She is watching and listening to us, and definitely is on board with our message. So, hi, Nina.
Well, that's very nice. Thank you for listening, Nina. I had someone too. It seems that this is a new follower that just started following us after the 3rd episode. His name is Steve Caldwell. And not only did he comment on our YouTube broadcasts, and he said, kindness keeps the world wonderful.
Yes.
He also
aggressive.
DM'd me.
Oh, sweet.
And he said, I totally get this. At first, I thought it was satire, but I don't think it is unless I'm duped.
I mean, I am being genuine. I don't know.
Steve.
Whatever my initial intention was, I'm 100% genuine.
Steve, we are sending our love completely out to you. And I feel like there's a connection between you and Nina this week, too. But, you give what you give in the world, and we want everyone to give love out. And thank you so much for sharing your love and following in the message, and hope you share that message with your friends.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Look for the little love.
Look for the little love, for sure.
I'm doing a heart thing with my hands, but you guys just have to imagine it.
I can feel it in my hands that as I refuse to make that simple thing.
I'll do it extra hard for both of us.
All right, thank you everyone for listening this week. Once again, feel free to DM us with anything you need love on or any way you've shared the love, and we'll happily share that with everybody in the movement. Follow us on Instagram, EUPHORALYTIC, and we will talk to you next week. Bye.